What's up, everybody? Welcome back. All Day Bets, Alex Jacobs, Manny, Ruffin. The quarterfinals of the college football playoff have concluded. Dramatic fashion on New Year's Day with the no targeting, which absolutely was. I mean, let's be for real.
Really?
Yes.
I don't want to call that, bro.
They're saying that
like Gene's territory came out and said that was targeting, but like
it is.
It's like by the rule, but like don't call it like, bro. What is that guy supposed to do, bro? Like genuinely, what is he supposed to do? I think he's acting like a 5'8" kid, by the way, too. I think that running back was short as shit. And then there's debate that if you take out the guy's kneecaps, then you're a dirty player.
Well, they were saying that they didn't want to end the game on a call like that.
Yeah, fuck no. And that kid has to make that. He has to make that hit and has to make that tackle to disrupt that play. And it was bang bang. Like I would have hated to see target in there, even though it probably was the right call. I was so happy they picked that flag up. Like we gonna throw a check down on third down and win the game off of that. Like really? That's right. Like come on, bro. Like it was targeting, like 100%. I like the judgment calls. It's like NBA playoffs. Yeah, we're gonna have to let them play, bro. Let them play.
That's what they said. And the all four,
because if you go and beat them, bro, you gotta beat them, bro.
All four conference winners lose.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Questions the bye.
I think.
Essentially.
Yeah, but I also think the better team won every time. Right? Who had the buys? Boise. Come on.
Arizona State.
Arizona State literally looked like to the bye point. Arizona State looked like they should have beat Texas, bro. What's it called? Was drawing, bro. They could have easily won that game. Sam Levitt was like went for it all on third down.
First of all,
we still had to go for two, but like, and then we had like two, and then they had like two. I don't know what the defensive coverages were, but I think on both touchdowns, at least the first one, the golden on the fourth down, like what is my safety doing?
Why are we?
But also, like, we got, I mean, no one's going to tip the cap to Ewers, but Ewers was making every throw, every single clutch throw. I mean, I think it was 4th and 12, he hit golden on that.
It was 4th and 13.
And first down, he hits the little scramble pass, inside leverage to his tight end, like on the stride. He gets the 2-point conversion, throws a dot on that too. Like, Quinn was making throws, bro. I think a lot of people are going to argue the bye thing and be like, look at Arizona State. Because they had a bye, and they legit should have beat Texas. Like, they kind of – people think – I mean, obviously, they think the refs took it from them, which is fair. But they could have beat Texas.
I wouldn't blame it necessarily on the refs. If you want to go that far, then you send the house on 4th and 13. You have no help over the top, and then you just get beat over the top. Like, what's the point of that call?
I don't disagree.
They need to get 13 yards or the game's over.
I don't disagree on that call, though, because, like, what he wanted him to do was get Quinn to throw the ball quick on 4th and 13. And that safety was supposed to be over the top, bro. Like, if you look at the cover, I'm pretty sure they were in, like, some type of zone blitz. It looked like 3. There was a corner on the right side. Like, he was deep leverage, too, like at 9 yards. Matthew Golden runs a double move, goes inside, and there's no safety over the top. Like, I think Kenny drew up some fire shit. If it stays over the top, then Golden has to make a one-on-one catch, but we can't have a free runner there. That's that Steelers shit they were talking about, one guy not doing their job.
Shout out Cam Scatterbo in that game, though. That was unbelievable.
He's the best running back in the nation, bro.
I mean, he's
the best running back in the nation. It's gonna be.
Did he not just prove it right there? I mean, seriously.
I wish we got to see more Genty at the bigger stage, because I think Boise could have figured out some things to get him going, which they did. Like, I remember the one call they made on 3rd and 12. They ran the ball to him, and he got the first down. I think it was long. I think it was 3rd and 20. They gave it to him. I think it was 3rd and 12, like something like that. They ran the ball, gave it to him. I think if they got a couple more games, you know what I'm saying? I think coming off the bye, too, having to play Penn State front 7, but I mean, Scatterbo had the same problem, and he was throwing up. That's why it's like hard for me to call it. I still fuck with Jetty, but Scatterbo showed me something in that game. Pretty sure, what do you have? I think he had 100 receiving, 99 receiving. He had 6 receptions, 99
It was like
receiving.
240 total yards.
Like 150 yards rushing. Then he had like 42
touchdowns.
42 yards passing, and then
pass touchdown. Yeah, that's just unreal.
He might be best running back in the nation. That's no shade to Jency, bro. I'm just going off what I've seen in the playoffs, bro. That shit was crazy.
And if you look at it from the beginning of that game, it was 14-3 at the blink of an eye, snap of a finger.
That's the thing, too, because I was going to be like, but Jency had to play from behind, but so did Cam. I don't. I mean, the book's not out to me. We're gonna see how they. But Cam really did something for me on that game.
I'm telling you, it changed a lot of people's minds on who the best running back is. Just I'm just strictly
I'm
talking about
not-
social media.
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to agree, but no cap.
There was
That
a lot
boy's
of minds that
stat.
were changed.
And I seen the chain too.
Yeah, he was wearing it too in his interview with Dan Patrick on the Dan Patrick show
He
yesterday
might be the
morning.
one, bro. I wish they won that game.
So did I.
I mean, they probably would.
They probably would have got trounced by
see him play Ohio State.
Ohio State. And speaking on that game, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, Ohio State just looks really. I don't know, bro. Oregon fans are going to bitch about the bye, but I just feel like look how my thing is look how Arizona State looked off the bye versus fucking Texas, and you know what I'm saying. You could argue that Texas, they didn't win the SEC, they didn't win the championship, but they came in hot too. So like, I think we just saw the difference of a talent on that field. Like I brought it up in the on the last pod. We went position by position because I think it was a clear edge to Ohio State, but I just said I think I could like quarterback coach more on Oregon than I did Ohio State. And
Yeah, Dan Lanning, you said.
Will Howard fucking showed his asshole. Like that was, Jeremiah Smith was a big reason for that. But I mean, the throw he made to Ibuka when it was 7-0 was like a throw you make, and it's like, yeah, motherfuckers, like it's not just like Ibuka had to do nothing. It was a great catch, but do nothing but this, and there was two guys on him. Like and a lot of people are talking about the Ohio State defense. I know Ohio State defense is elite, man. Caleb Downs is probably the best safety in the nation. Probably one of the best defensive players in the nation. You saw JTT and Sawyer going off. Like, then just on the like, bro, how many Dylan Gabriel's stats look cool, but there was multiple instances you could see where he was second guessing trying to fit those in the windows. I think he knows how nice that Ohio State DB group is, and plus I don't think people were open like that as well. Like Ohio State's the best team in the nation to me, bro. That matchup with Texas is gonna be interesting. I don't know about that spread, but Ohio State's the best team in the nation, bro. And I think it's like clear. I think the books got him at plus 100.
Minus 105 to win the national championship. Ohio State
think
right
State
now
should,
on
bro.
FanDuel.
I think as they should, bro.
I had Ohio State in the game, but I will just take the moment to vent for Oregon. I mean, what's the point in winning 13 games? Seriously. Like, next year, if I'm Dan Lanning, okay, I will go into the locker room preseason and say, guys, we're going to make sure that we lose 2 games.
I think it's absolutely
making sure we lose.
Bro, that's a very
It's just
fair
bullshit.
Point. It's a very fair point. It's a very fair point. I'm just looking at Arizona State being able to come up a bye and play Texas.
For sure, absolutely. But like, if you lose you beat Penn State in the Big Ten championship. Okay, well, if I lose, then where would we be?
Yeah, bro.
You give Penn State the bye to face Boise State.
Yeah, bro. Something's got to change. Something's going to definitely change.
I'm just confused that losing the Big Ten championship puts Penn State in that route, but winning the Big Ten championship, going 13-0, ranked number 1 in all of college football, and we get to see Tennessee, Ohio State.
Yeah, no, like I think this bye conversation like isn't wrong. The only thing I'll say is like, it's the best 4 teams left, I feel like. In the bracket. I still feel like we got the best 4 teams.
Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame. Absolutely.
I think every team that went to the semifinal matchup that should have won. Now we could do the bye thing. Like, I think it's a little unfortunate. I think they'll probably do it for one more year. This bye thing.
And then let everybody play first round?
They might tweak. Yeah, I think they might tweak the seeding. No. I'm saying they're going to still do the byes next year, I think, with the conference championships. I think they'll tweak the seeding a little bit. But I think they need one more year to see, bro. Because I really do still think the best 4 teams won. You know what I mean? Even, like, I even took Oregon knowing, like, just breaking down the show that Ohio State was better position by position. I still think the best 4 teams won. Now, we'll see next year because the stats are very glaring to the home teams and the bye teams, and they're not going. And like, for money reasons, people are not going to like that. And then some of the games weren't even that good. So like, there's definitely probably going to be changes made, but I still think they got the 4 best.
I just
Penn
feel
State's
for
still
Oregon.
5-1, bro.
Yeah, Penn State
that is
plus 480 to win the national championship. Texas plus 400, Notre Dame at plus 380, and Ohio State the favorite at minus 105.
Time out. Where has Notre Dame looked better than Penn State?
Against Georgia.
You think so?
I feel like they're comparing this on the ride. They had SMU and then Boise State.
But look how they beat them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Notre Dame, that win, like, I was saying it in the show last week. Like, if Notre Dame gets this win versus Georgia, it's a massive win. It's a very much proven win. They won that game in 27. They won that game the kickoff return happened. They won that game because Kirby decided to put some trust in Gunnar Stockton, which I think was a very good vet call. Like, I think if you don't go for the 2-minute drill, your new QB kind of has a feeling that, like, damn, they not fucking with. Like, when the Eagles didn't go for it on 4th and 1 with Kenny Pickett in the game, I was like, you got to go for it just to let Kenny Pickett know you can still win with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he had to go for the NASCAR package there, try to get a score of the 2-minute. And then the left tackle just blows an assignment on the first play. You know what I'm saying? If the left tackle just has his assignment, we got to throw the ball away. We go 4 and out or 3 and out. Probably 4. Yeah, probably 3 and out. He probably punted away. The kickoff return could still happen. And it's not as catastrophic. Like, I feel like you going, bro. You feel like you was in that game. I even feel like Georgia feel like they had a really good handle on Riley Leonard in the Notre Dame offense. Like, I mean, I feel like even at holding Notre Dame ticket, I was not feeling the best about it until that sack happened, until the kickoff return. I was not feeling the best about it. I felt cool. But
shout out under bettors.
Yeah, facts. But like, you coaching 18 and 22-year-old kids in a game like that, momentum is so like, they lost that game in 26 seconds, bro. Left tackle misses the assignment. We kick it off. They come back, score. That's a 14-point swing. I just, like, listen, that's impressive to do versus Georgia. Like, 100%. I had to take my ass off Notre Dame. And there's a reason I picked them to win that game. I just think it's a little disrespectful to have Penn State at 5-1 and they're at almost 3-1. And they're only a 1-point favorite. I think State takes that game, man. I got obviously got research to look into.
Yeah, we'll look into that. But just for what it is now,
State wins that game.
Notre Dame minus 1.5 and minus 125 on the money line. Penn State plus 104. Ohio State's 5.5, and Texas being plus 180 on the money line.
Georgia also had the Parker Washington shit on the Arian Smith big play. They scored on that drive, but they also had the big drop, which, like, they still scored on that drive, but just knowing how football is, if you connect on that play, it changes the vibe a little bit. Like, that game was really like that margin. It doesn't seem like it was as close as it was box score, but I think that margin was super, super, super close. But I mean, hats off to Notre Dame. I just don't think they're a whole 200. Value on FanDuel better than Penn State. I think that's crazy. I think they should be dead even. But I think State at 5-1 you can still buy.
I just think we are now in prime positions right now to see.
Shout out to the 12-team playoff too. We would never got this top 4.
That's exactly where I was.
You know what I'm saying?
And also, even more on that, we wouldn't have even gotten a chance to see Arizona State. And for that program and that university getting put on the map, getting blown out, like now maybe, and you get to see Kenny Dillingham in such a big spot and how he treats his guys. And the big thing too is, like, you now may see recruits looking at Arizona State. You may now see guys in the transfer portal say, hey, maybe I want to go check out Kenny Dillingham and play for this absolute stud of a coach.
That game was so big for recruiting, like I was saying. There were so many kids watching that game like, damn, I'm about to go fuck with them.
Yeah.
Just because, even if you like, bro, they didn't have Jordan Tyson. I had thought he was going to play. They did that without Jordan Tyson, bro. I think, and if I'm an Arizona 5-star, 4-star recruit, I'm watching how they use Cam Scatterboo, and I'm like, so they just gonna let me rock. Like, if I'm that guy, I'm gonna be able to rock the fuck out with Kenny. Like, I'm probably gonna go. I'm not gonna go to Bama. I'm not gonna go to Michigan. That was a really big game for ASU. I'd be very excited if I was an ASU fan. If I'm Arizona, we gotta get right, because I know they don't want Arizona State running the state like that, but it's happening, and it's about to happen for a while. I don't think they're going nowhere, bro. To be honest.
I know that there's a lot of Penn State haters out there. I also know that there's a lot of Notre Dame haters out there.
Yeah.
So
this is a good hater bowl.
This is hilarious.
It's definitely a good hater bowl.
That people that hate both of these teams, and I can already have a couple names in my head, you lose automatically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just think that's hilarious.
It's funny too. It's a little different. Just personally with Penn State, my fandom 1,000% changed after playing in college and then watching college football. Like, Penn State is definitely my team, but it sounds crazy. There's every team on this list right here, that we see right here. I'd actually be very happy for the program if they won the Natty. Like, very happy. I'd be happy for Notre Dame. Marcus Freeman, so happy for them. Riley Leonard on the transfer. I'd be very happy for them. I'm also a big fan of Jordan Faison, maybe a 2-time national championship.
Quinn Ewers most likely going to the league.
Bro, Quinn Ewers, all the noise he was doing with Arch Manning, probably even on campus.
Gets to play his former team.
You know what I'm saying? State. And then even if they win, Sark too, bro. And there's a lot of kids on that Texas team that are good, but not everybody's bought into because I don't think everyone thinks Texas is that good yet. Like the Matthew Goldens, their running back, the trenches they got, and then Ohio State, bro. Like to be like, I can't say I don't like them. Like they are the immediate rival. It's funny though, and there's gonna be a lot of people who fuck with Penn State that listen to this probably just gonna call me a fake fan, which is like, oh well, bro, cool. I've actually kind of liked I used to hate the Ohio State teams when I was a young boy. From the Braxton Miller era to Barrett, Cardell, Zeke to Justin, and the teams they had with Justin were crazy. And then to the CJ Stroud teams. And then to now, I low-key fuck with their teams, bro. Like, they got a couple players on their team right now that I really like. I really like watching Caleb Downs. I really like watching Ransom work. I really like watching JTT. Obviously, Will Howard, PA guy. I don't love the kid, but I would like to see the kid win. Jeremiah Smith, Ibuka, after everything he's been through with all Ibuka and Travion Henderson, after everything they've been through with the Justin Fields teams and the CJ teams, I would be happy to see them win. And then obviously Penn State. What the fuck? If Jaden Franklin was a natty, bro, like it's every team here I could really make a strong. It sounds wild, bro. It sounds, because even if it's Penn State, Ohio State, which I think will be the dream matchup, and Ohio State wins.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple players I'd be salty, but then I probably would see a Mecca hold the trophy up, or like Travion hold the trophy up, and I might crack a smile, bro. I can't lie.
Well, you talk about the dream matchup, like
grin.
Just imagine what that could be. Big Ten national championship.
All, bro, SEC fans, y'all gotta shut up for a little bit.
Right?
Right though. Like I think this is what it in bowl season.
Let's not forget, Alabama got their asses handed to by Michigan. Yo, that was one of the teams that was talked about.
The Jalen Milroe takes was flying.
I may have said Alabama could have been in. I'm just saying. We can now officially put that to rest.
Yeah, bro.
And notice who's no longer tweeting. Notice Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. No longer. There's no longer some noise around that bullshit.
Facts.
Okay?
That is facts. Yeah.
Even though big win for Jackson Dart in his game, and
good,
his stock is rising. But yes, those can be put to.
Was crazy, bro.
Yeah, there was social media was going crazy on him,
bro.
man.
It's warranted. It's just funny to me.
Stock may have gone down a little bit.
Maybe.
Did not have any offensive line help early in that game. It was piss raining.
They played bad, bro.
They play bad.
But like, it just sucks that he's going to take the brunt.
I understand what your point is, though.
He's going to take the brunt of the.
You got Ohio State and Penn State in here.
Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon was looking good.
Yep. And the other thing too is what I noticed is Front Office Sports tweeted this. The winners of these bowl games got $14 million for their conferences. Well, Notre Dame is
$14 million themselves.
Independent, so they get all $14 million.
Crazy. It's just crazy, bro.
Did we just put that? I don't even know where that goes to.
I wanted to shout out bro too. I forget his name. They're damn, I'm probably not gonna have enough time to find it. Their safety number 8, Jersey kid, played for Irvington High School, I think in Jersey. Notre Dame safety number 8. That kid's a hooper, true sophomore, I believe. And I went and watched his high school tape, bro. This bull was playing safety, and then he was playing the dual threat quarterback in high school. I don't know if they won the state championship or not, but I saw, they play at Rutgers, and on this highlight tape, he had a punt return for a touchdown at Rutgers. He is playing read option quarterback. He is a 4-star safety. That's my dog, bro. I forget his name, man. Yup. Adon Schuler, hooper. And then his partner on the other side, Xavier Watts, like pro. Like very much a pro. That kid was nasty. But Don Schuler, probably besides Fajon, my favorite player on Notre Dame, bro. You go watch that highlight tape when you get a second. It's kind of impressive, bro, for a kid to be doing all that in high school.
And Riley Leonard.
Shout out to bro.
Way to go.
No D1 offers. Had all the offers in basketball. You know what I'm saying?
And there was a lot of noise around him last year with how he was excelling at Duke. Duke had game day at one point, and the McAfee show was there. They had him on the show, and then you think he's going to be like a Daniel Jones-esque, I'm going to stay at Duke, ride it out, ACC quarterback, and then you come into one of the most historic programs in college football and are putting the team on your back in this. Obviously, statistically passing last night was not a huge thing, but no one's going to look at that. And I do have to shout out.
I'm looking at that when I look at that Penn State matchup, but it's all good.
Right.
All good.
I do have to shout out, though, because of Riley Leonard, Book It With Trent with 86,000 on.
That's a fact. Shout out to Trent.
Riley Leonard.
I think Trent's been cashing shit. I saw Trent tweet that I don't even think it was a Riley Leonard one. He tweeted like a Prize Picks lineup, and he said there was the most people that tailed.
It was this one.
It was this one.
It was this one.
Shit, yeah. So shout out to Trent, bro. They talk a lot of shit about you, and you had all these people tailing your Prize Pick lineup, and you cashed that shit the fuck out for 86.
It was 2 parlays. One of them had
It's crazy.
One of them, the big one, it was like 5,000 for 147K, and there was another Oregon receiver was on there, but he didn't play, so they voided that. So that went to 33,000, and then he had another one that was for 50 grand. So 50 plus 36.
Shout out Trent, my boy.
Very, very crazy
they
stuff.
Said you couldn't do it, Trent.
The last leg was like,
I think it was
Riley Leonard over 32.5 rushing yards, and he finishes the game with 14 carries and 80 yards.
They said you was a square, Trent, so then you hit the 4-leg square parlay on Prize Picks. My guy, bro. Keep cashing shit.
Unbelievable. We'll get into...
And the GOAT will cash, right?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, he's generational, bro.
Yes, it did. There's 100 G's right there.
They're not going to talk about it, Trent. We got you, though.
100 G's right there. We'll get into the semifinals later next week with Notre Dame and Penn State and Ohio State and Texas. Like you said, the 4 best teams advance. Hard Rock Stadium for Notre Dame and Penn State.
Oregon playing like shit did piss me the fuck off. Not because I had Oregon, but, bro, that... the atmosphere of the Rose Bowl was insane.
Awesome. Awesome.
Getting ready to watch that game. I'm chilling with Dave. We sparked before. I'm so ready to watch. Bro, it's beautiful outside. They showing the backdrop of the mountains, the sunset. Half the stadium is red as fuck. And then the other half was a little, for a West Coast team, I would like to see a little more green. But y'all was out there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was out there. The atmosphere, bro, the grass looks so pure. They had the stealth bomber go over the drum
crazy.
before.
I saw that picture.
And then we go down 34-zip, bro. Like, y'all had to give us something, bro. Like, that all got a little bit of has nothing to do with my bet either. I just wanted to watch a good football game. I'm happy y'all kept playing to the end. We got to see some people balling out and shit like that. But what the fuck, Oregon? You know what I'm saying? We needed better than that, bro.
They were.
Do we just move that to? I saw Joe Klatt said, do we just make that a natty championship spot? Which
I've heard that before too.
Which I would like, because we can't be having games like this. That's not in the Rose Bowl. We gotta come correct.
It's
bro.
gonna be back at Mercedes-Benz,
which is fire.
So now you got the SEC championship there. You had Texas and Arizona State
we're doing
there.
A lot of Mercedes-Benz.
And I think I believe I saw this on social media, that it's because Atlanta's the biggest airport and it's able to get everybody in and out and host. It's close to the stadium.
Did we stop at the Atlanta airport?
We did.
Yes. That shit fire?
It's the biggest one. It's the biggest one in the States, I believe.
Did we come back?
Yeah, we had to drive to it. Remember we almost missed the flight?
Yeah, I don't know if I fuck with the Atlanta airport. Yeah.
It's just because it's huge. There's so many people there. That's why.
But surely more than 2 people working to join at TSA, bro. They had 2 people. I remember that they had 2 people working to join.
I thought we were
going to. Bro, I thought, I mean, what were we gonna do?
Skip
the fucking line? Bro, they had 2 people working at TSA. But shout out, y'all airport was nice though. But we just need more people working, bro. I thought we were gonna miss the fucking flight.
Who was the when we first got there and we were going up the escalator?
Mm-hmm.
We had the camera going. Who was the actor? Was it I
don't remember. God, that feels like so long ago.
Oh my god.
I feel like I was a baby back then, bro. That feels like so long ago.
Was it? It was Ludacris, wasn't it? Ludacris or something?
It might have been Ludacris. That's a great memory.
Was it on like the thing, and then we're like, and it says like "Welcome to Atlanta," and then we were saying that, and then there were these like older ladies were like coming down the escalator behind us, and they were like, "Yeah, welcome to Atlanta."
Atlanta was definitely TV. I only had the problem with y'all TSA. We just need to get more work. They probably was on break or something. I'm gonna give y'all grace. You know what I mean? Maybe they was eating their lunch.
Right.
Give y'all grace. You know what I mean?
We'll get to these semifinal games a bit later in the week as these crazy games are finally upon us. AT&T Stadium. That's Friday, next Friday at 7:30, and
AT&T,
the day before
is that the first?
that.
Is that another game at AT&T? Didn't they play? No, I'm tripping.
That was the Big 12 championship.
That's what it was. Yeah, the Cotton Bowl. Okay, my fault.
Iowa State and Arizona State. And then Hard Rock for Miami.
Isn't that crazy? Don't they call that the Cotton Bowl now?
I don't know what they would they. I don't know. Would they call that for a Big 12 championship?
What is that? No, I'm saying like isn't AT&T now the new Cotton Bowl, or am I tripping?
I don't know if they do.
I think just look it up. Look up the Cotton. Just look up Cotton Bowl Stadium.
I wonder what that is. Yeah, you're right. Game was moved to AT&T to January 2010.
Yeah, damn, bro. Missed the old Cotton Bowl. Came up on that.
Interesting. Interesting. All right, as we head to January of 2025, Happy New Year.
Facts.
Just want to look back, as this is a betting show. Would just like to look back at some of the betting scandals that you may have forgotten about in the year of 2024. From Front Office Sports, the betting scandals of the year, the article from Alex Schiffer of Front Office Sports, Ipe Mizuhara stealing close to $17 million from Shohei Ohtani to cover a gambling debt. He pleaded guilty to bank and tax fraud in June, and he could face up to 33 years in prison, with the sentencing coming this month of January. Next into April, and that was all preseason of the MLB season, and then Shohei, puts the icing on the cake with that by winning the World Series. And then in April, Jonte Porter, it felt like it was legendary. Not too long ago, receives the first ever lifetime ban from the NBA. He provided injury information to gamblers, bet on NBA games himself, and manipulated playing time for betting purposes. He pleaded guilty in July, and his sentence got postponed from December to May of 2025. The NBA now, because of this, forbids underprops for two-way players or 10-day contracts, which is, I guess, that's how a lot of these people were getting their money.
That's not just what they did either. The lines coming out later and later.
Later and later for shit like this. 2 months after that, Padres infielder Tucupita Marcano receives his lifetime ban. He placed 387 bets on baseball, and 231 of those bets were on the MLB between October of 2022 and November of 2023. The bets totaled $150,000, winning less than 5% of all of those MLB wagers. Mainly was betting on the outcome of games and lost all of his parlays involving the Pirates. Why is that important? That's because 25 of those 231 bets were placed on the Pirates while he was on the Pirates on the injured list, and 4 other players received 1-year suspensions in this whole case for betting on the MLB games while they were in the minors. And lastly, Temple basketball flagged for suspicious gambling activity. The game versus UAB in March, the spread moved from 2 points to 8 before the tip. Some of the sportsbooks stopped bets on the game, and then in November, ESPN revealed that federal authorities looking into the former guard for the Owls, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name.
Hasir. I don't know. I forget his last
Miller.
name. Yeah, Hasir Miller.
For betting on his own games and point shaving. He's now since transferred to Virginia Tech, and the NCAA has been investigating, but hasn't shared what they have found yet. Thank you to Front Office Sports and Alex Schiffer for all of that information. So if you did forget any of those betting scandals, well, there they were as we now take you into 2025. Hopefully we don't see any more scandals.
We just need to let people bet on their team money line, bro. We solved so many problems with that. In the facility, I don't care. Only get your team's money line. You could take it, bro. I feel like I would like that.
As we head into the final week of the regular season in the NFL, we want to just take a look back to the scheduling clips that we spoke about on this show for certain teams in the NFL and how we thought they were going to perform. Some of them are good, some of them are spot on, and others are not even close. Starting with the Giants, and I'm just going to say this just to preface all of it, 100% bias on my part on this.
I remember that.
I will, and you were checking me on it.
I remember that.
You were going along with it, but you were checking me on it.
That.
So I don't want to get too much into this and give too much slander on this because this was just me being a dumb, biased fan. Obviously, team changed, and they're chasing the hopefully number 4 pick with a loss against the backup Eagles this week.
Number 4 pick.
Giants, our prediction, mainly mine, 7-10, and in reality, right now they are 3-13, pending the Week 18 game at the Link, where basically everyone's going to sit. They need to find a way to lose that game because they will get the 4.
What are your thoughts about that?
Just next year, I'm really going to just take the bias out of it. And it's going to be hard.
I'm saying, my fault. I should have asked that better. What do you think about the Eagles not going for the record?
Yeah, that's a good thing. I think that, look, he got back at John Mara already with that fucking commercial.
Yeah, bad.
With that fucking commercial.
That was a great one. That was
I feel like you got him enough. All right. But I will say, like, I would have liked to see him go get it for sure. Like, I'm rooting for him. I'm not a Giants fan that's like, oh, fuck Saquon. No. I'm not that. I'm not that kind of guy. I would like to go see him do it. It doesn't really affect me as much anymore because I had accepted that he wasn't staying with the Giants well before they didn't sign him.
There's a good bit of, like, outrage. It's, like, kind of, like, I feel like it's, like, a 60-40 split between Eagles fans that, like, really wanted to see Saquon go for the record.
But you know what I would say then? Like, let's just say on the off chance that he would have gotten hurt in this game, right? Because that's what they're saying, why he shouldn't do it.
Yeah, and I hate that.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, on the off chance that happens, all the same people that are sitting here saying that he should play would be like, Nick Sirianni, you're a fucking idiot. Why would you do that? Like, and that's the dumb shit that I can't stand. If you're going to stand on this way, then let's just say he does get hurt, then stand on your point, because I know the half of you would just be like, Nick, this is why you shouldn't have played him. This is why. And the switch up would go crazy. And I just know that half the people that are going crazy all over social media saying that he should play, if he got hurt, you would just blame it on Nick, like you have in the previous games when he goes for it on 4th and 2 in situations where he doesn't have to earlier on in the season. So, like, the switch-up would be crazy. I would have liked to see him go get it. I know Dickerson would have not liked to see him go get it, so he's a little bit happy about that. But
yeah, and I think some
it
guys,
is what it is. Go win a Super
some
Bowl.
guys wanted it. I think the Lane Johnson quote was big. Basically, because he brought up the AJ situation last year, which nobody talks about. Like, everyone loves to talk about how he went to play the Bucs and lost, but no one talks about how he lost AJ in that Giants game. Literally, you see AJ go down and hold that knee, and, like, it took the life out of me, bro. Like, I knew at that point he was probably.
I remember where I was watching that.
Yeah, exactly. Bro. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I don't really know. Like, I didn't really have a stance. Like, it's one of those things I really didn't have it. If I was Sirianni, would I want him to go for it? Knowing our history, honestly, probably not. But, like, Super Bowls aren't guaranteed. I don't really think it's like, because when people say, oh, you want to go for Super Bowl, it's not saying that, like, yes, we're foregoing the record to win the Super Bowl necessarily. Remember we talked about on here, like, about teams about, like, everyone wants to be able to go for a run. Bro, losing Saquon completely negates your, like, not doesn't completely negate that you can go for a run, but you know what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. If we lose Saquon, it's not over, but
I will say,
like, it was just, like, bro, we saw the same thing. Like, we lost AJ, and it was like, this shit is over, bro. Like, and AJ last year was the engine. He was having a historical season, scoring many weeks in a row, 1,400 yards, something like that. Like, he was having a historical season. You want to see him go for whatever and shit.
But you know what? I
don't have a problem with it, bro.
I won't stand for the narrative that's being created that, oh, well, we're not going to let him go for it, so now it's Super Bowl or it's bust now.
Yeah,
that's bullshit. Don't create that narrative. Don't create that.
I think it's more so putting ourselves in the best position to have a run. This team's special. It would be nice to look back and say they had the record, but maybe someone's going to call me a loser mentality for this, but I don't think there's much wrong with being able to look back and say I had the second most yards of all time. It would be nice to say first, you know what I'm saying? But you're only behind the best running back of all time in Eric Dickerson. So, like, I think it's calm. I would have liked to see him go for it, and I'd like to see him sit out. I don't know how people have that strong of an opinion on it, really. I think people saying that Saquon was, like, disappointed that he couldn't go for it. I think that's a little – maybe I'm wrong speculating the kid. I don't think he's like that.
I think he definitely had some comments where he kind of was alluding to the fact of I would have liked to.
Of course.
But who wouldn't say that?
No. I don't even think. I think he legit obviously won to get the record. But I think, especially, like, I was talking to this about Dave. Like, we were talking about bringing up how he came from Penn State and, like, being a captain and figurehead for a Penn State team that don't wear no last names on their jersey. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him defer touchdowns before. We've seen him come out of Giants games and be like, I don't even need to keep going when he's had 2 touchdowns. Like, I think he wants to do everything that he wants to, like, set, like, the record and score 5 touchdowns on the Giants. But I think he also understands the bigger picture, and he's very, very selfless. Like, even when he was talking in the interviews, people were saying he's so upset. But no one points out when he was upset, he was talking about, I remember one time he brought up his dad, saying his dad was like kind of more disappointed that because he wanted his last name to be cemented into the fucking history books. He was saying people, his friends and family around him were more disappointed than he was. Like, he probably a little but I think people were blowing it way out of proportion. Like, he's not happy with Nick sitting him out. Like, come on, bruh. Like, I think Saquon gets it.
Also, like, you would then and
we need to celebrate Saquon for that, by the way, because not a lot of people was.
You then would also have to put the offensive line out there.
And Lane Johnson's getting up there older.
And there's,
you know what I'm saying? Mekhi Becton has
literally no point in putting that line out there.
That's how I feel.
So
I had no problem with it.
It's not just Saquon this, Saquon that. You got to put your offensive line out there, and then you're putting them at risk too. So, like.
And then a great point I saw someone else make is, like, Nick Sirianni also has to, because people were taking this as a shot at Brian Daboll. It wasn't a shot at Brian Daboll. Nick Sirianni has to think about, on defense, it's 11 grown-ass men on that side that don't probably know about their spot being guaranteed next week. They not going to like Saquon just going off for 100 on them and breaking the record on them. Like,
dude, that's what I'm saying.
And people are going to be like, Brian Daboll's going to tell him. Like, yeah, Brian Daboll's probably going, like, he loves Saquon still probably. But, like, if Brian Daboll's sitting in base still, not low in the box, and Saquon's going up for 80 yards in a quarter, you don't think them linebackers are going to be like, yo, let's get the fuck out of base. Let's run some blitzes. Let's put some hits on Saquon. Let's make him. And, like, and I don't think the Giants would be wrong for that. No. And I'm not saying they was going to hurt Saquon. But when you get emotions like that, like, yeah, we ain't going to let this nigga break the record on us. And then Saquon try and break the record. Like, there's where accidents can happen, bro. I think Nick's thinking about that. How much do I trust? And it's not an indictment on any of the players because he knows they're going to play hard. It's just how much do I trust that nothing weird's going to happen in this spot when there's a lot of familiarity, a lot of angst. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a wise decision to sit him down.
Well, the other thing, too, is off that point, I was saying that this week, too. And, yeah, Saquon still has a lot of friends in that organization in New York. And after the first game when he whooped the shit out of them, they're all lining up to say what's up to their boy again. Mm-hmm. How we doing? You know, you're looking good and playing well and all this kind of stuff. But then, like, there's a couple rookies on that team, on that defense. That
playing for contracts.
They
fuck Saquon.
They don't know. They weren't there. They didn't meet him. They didn't play with him last year.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
This is my chance to stop Saquon Barkley.
If he played, I guarantee you, not everybody, but there's probably be 3-4 players in that defense and a couple rotational players that were literally probably thinking, man, fuck Saquon.
I'm coming in there
I have to feed my family.
I'm going to pop the shit out of him.
Yes. And, like, it's like, as Nick, do you trust them? It's not about Daboll. It's not, because they were probably going to send a message, hey, man, you know what I mean?
And you know what? Like, Nick Sirianni has to have that kind of thought, too. We're not playing the Tennessee Titans in Week 18. Mm-hmm. We're playing against the rivals, and we took their best franchise guy of this organization for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we're playing those guys. Don't you think that something may happen? It's not like, oh, Week 18 against the Titans, we're in Tennessee. Maybe we'll give them 2 series.
Yeah.
Like, it's different.
I liked the 1/2 theory, the Cam Ward theory. I didn't hate that theory.
I was thinking,
but at that point, if he even has a really good first half and he has 87 yards, you gotta send him back out for the last 20, and then what? That's all. You know what I mean? There's a lot of nuance. I think Nick made the right decision though.
I agree. But you know what? Everyone else is gonna sit, and I'm telling you right now, if these goddamn Giants win this game, I swear, they will go down to. I think it's 8, 9, or 10 if they win. 8, 9, or 10. If they lose, they can basically lock in 4.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the predictions, though. Moving to the Cowboys, our prediction was 12-5. And let's relax for a second. Lost Dak Prescott.
Deron Bland for a good month.
All right.
And
CeeDee Lamb still.
I think Micah was banged up too.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
The hamstring.
Yep.
Top of the CeeDee Lamb receptions, yards with Cooper Rush. The reality is they are 7-8. Pending their Week 18 home against the Commanders in a game that doesn't matter for the Cowboys.
What's the Commanders' record right now?
11-5.
Yeah, see, I think if Dak's healthy the whole year, we could
be tough. Imagine what that division would look like. Think about that.
We could maybe
think about that.
Low key, if Dak don't get hurt, Saquon probably get the record. if you know how your ripple effects and shit. What if the Cowboys was
But
lit?
you know what? Remember, in the Giants game, though.
I'm just saying, what if he had to win this game?
Right. But think about it, though. In the first Giants game, he sat out those last couple series because he did, and I think that was, again, selfless. He wasn't trying to completely embarrass the organization. He was gonna make history in that game. So, it is what it is. Next to the Eagles, and our prediction was 13-4. And when this clip was posted, there was a lot of people calling us crazy.
What?
I will show you the comments after this whole podcast. What? And in the reality, the Eagles are 13-3, pending their Week 18 home game against the Giants.
Bro, y'all got brain
and
rot.
if the Giants go crazy and are dumb enough to lose this game, then we are actually hitting this on the button at 13-4. So W us, okay?
I think in that, we would call this Giants loss. I think
we did call the Giants loss.
I think we called the hiccup versus the NFC South. Saints, Falcons, Bucks. We said we were going to lose 2 of them games early.
Ended up being, I think we said it was going to be to lose the Saints, win the Bucks, and it was backwards. But
and then I think we had one of the other losses that was baked in. I forget who else we lost to in the middle of the season. Was it the Nah, we didn't have the commit. We had another loss that was like, yeah, y'all might have brain rot. It's cool.
People are like, you're not sweeping the Cowboys.
I do remember that.
Yep.
Okay, bro.
Over to the Commanders. Our prediction. This is the worst one. All right. Our prediction was 3-14. Okay? 3-14 was the prediction.
You play to win the game. You play to win the fucking game.
And in reality, they are 11-5, pending their Week 18 in Dallas.
Shit. That's not. I think I still.
We literally said in the end of that clip, see you next year.
All right. No, okay. 3 might have been crazy, but I can't predict. I thought Jay Daniels was gonna be good. That was not even part of the prediction.
Not 11 wins.
We talked about the pieces y'all brought in. We talked about Dan Quinn, all that. I just didn't think the culture change would happen right now. Yeah. So shout out to y'all, bro, for real.
Great for you.
Got us, man.
You know, you that was that shocked us. Okay, that was
absolutely.
We don't have one as bad as that moving forward, but that was the worst one of the predictions.
Kind of like I said about the college football playoff. I fuck with y'all, bro. Yep. I know I'm not supposed to like y'all.
Fun team.
I'm probably gonna be if y'all go to LA. I'm probably gonna be taking y'all, rooting for y'all. As crazy as that sounds, I fuck with y'all, man.
To the Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs, our prediction was 13-4, and in reality, they are 15-1, pending the Week 18 Carson Wentz start against the Denver Broncos.
Fuck them. Like, actually, fuck them. Because I think we probably called that to perfection, besides the Steelers game.
Right, but
I think we said
the Steelers loss was in there.
I think we said they was. I was saying besides the Steelers game.
I think there was a Chargers loss in there.
I think we said they were going to lose to the Chargers. I think we said they might have dropped one to the Broncos.
Yeah.
I think we said it would have been the later one, not the early one, but I think we did.
Like this week.
And they had the doink in the Broncos game, or the block kick, my fault. Or did we have them losing to the Bills? I think we had them losing the rematch to the Bills.
Do you think we might have had them losing to the Ravens in Week 1?
I think
and likely's toe.
I think I wanted.
You know what I mean?
I forget
what it was.
I think I wanted to. I definitely. Yeah. Y'all fucked us on that, man. Y'all supposed to be 13-4. Good for y'all though. Like, this cements Pat, and shout out to the defense.
Yep.
I don't know how the fuck.
Winning one-score games.
Bro, they have 4 Pro Bowlers on offense. I think 3 or 4 Pro Bowlers on offense. I want to say they have none on defense unless they got Chris Jones in there. I mean, come on. No McDuffie is wild. And if it was no Chris Jones, that's wild. If it was no Nick Bolton, too, that's wild. Like, we got to shout that defense, bro. Shout out to y'all.
Jim Harbaugh's return to the NFL. Our Chargers prediction was 8-9. And in reality, they are 10-6, pending their Week 18 in Vegas against the Raiders. I'm not mad at this.
No, I think a lot of people aren't. First of all, on the Trent McDuffie, Lad McConkey's not a Pro Bowler. We didn't see that one coming. But how is that guy not a fucking Pro Bowler?
We did not see that one coming.
How is that guy not a fucking? I would have a problem with that if I was a Chargers fan. And then I didn't see the J.K. Dobbins comeback season.
Absolutely.
I think even with the missed time, he has a good chance to win comeback player of the year. That his help with the running game, establishing the Harbaugh offense, was a big, big help. I didn't think obviously the coach would change this fast. They actually, shout out to y'all, very, very good season, honestly.
And lastly, the biggest one on the TikTok page that is still pinned up there. Packers 12-5 prediction from yours truly, sitting to my right, Manny Ruffin, and in reality, 11-5, pending their Week 18 home game versus the division rival Chicago Bears. Now, I want to preface this too. Not every loss is correct. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But let's clap it up for Manny Ruffin for getting 12-5.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay? That's hard to get 12-5, the exact record right, for a 17 game season in the NFL. So shout out to you.
The more I listen to this pod, it's a couple teams that I like that I feel like I got a good pulse on. And two of them is the Steelers and the Packers. I have a real, like, you know what I mean? No catter. I have a real love affair with Mike T and Matt LaFleur. I love watching those two coach. I got to post on them squads, bro. I hope they win that last game, go 12-5. And I'm sick they got to play us because I would have loved to bet on them to go on and run the playoffs, but it's just not going to happen versus us, man.
Yeah, it's it most likely will be the Green Bay Packers.
I mean, they did it to the Cowboys last year, man.
Rematch of Week 1 in Brazil.
And that was too close for comfort.
Eagles also Week 1. I'm chalking that one because
it was in Brazil too.
We weren't all developed yet.
Let's not. Can we keep? So no more. Like I was cool with
no more.
I was cool with the Brazil shit. Can we keep our guy just for next year, 2025? Let's keep our guys in the country. It's a lot of wild shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep our guys in the country, man. You know what I'm saying? At the bare minimum, because it's getting wild here too, man. Yeah, I mean, let's just. It
certainly is getting wild here. I'll tell you that.
Thoughts and prayers, bro.
Thoughts and prayers, everybody. And
I think that's so crazy. Like some people went down to the bayou, bro. Like,
I saw. I think I saw something on Twitter that Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn were there.
Bro, there's probably so many people out, bro.
And you know what you got to think about too,
bro. I'm like, cause you know what I thought of, which is going to blow your mind. I'm just I saw someone post a picture, that was like the I think they said something about like it's lit out here, Bourbon Street's lit, whatever, and it was like legit a couple hours before that shit happened. I'm thinking to myself like, bro, if we had like the sponsorship deals in place and the money in place to do what we want. Why wouldn't we have planned a trip to go down to New Orleans on New Year's to watch that fucking game? That would have been like the trip to make, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was very.
My thoughts and
prayers are out with all y'all because there was no more perfect trip, maybe besides the Rose Bowl, to do that and like for that to happen, bro.
And think about it too.
And to play a game, because I was talking to Dave about that. I'm like, bro, imagine you playing in a game, your family's down there visiting, everybody getting 5 tickets, bro, and you know your family probably hitting bourbon.
I feel bad for. Obviously, you know, at the end of it and the aftermath of what it is, think about it. We have to move the game to Monday. Some of those people, most of those people probably had flights out the next day. They were probably out of their hotels. Rooms were done. Now you got to think about, like, do I just leave? How do I transfer to get a new flight? How do I just get an extra room for tonight? Like all the chaos.
I'm probably still tweaking. I'm hearing there was bombs and shit being found. Like I'm probably still tweaking a little bit, bro.
We have maximum security there, like it's a Super Bowl.
Bro, it's a little. And then like you brought a good point with flights because think about people like Gunnar Stockton's parents. It's like, bro, we gotta extend. Like we gonna have to drop this bag, bro. Gunnar getting his first start in the play. Like yeah, it was a very fucked up situation, man. I feel bad for those people.
Yep, absolutely well said. Over to Week 18 and the player incentives. What needs to be stated in this Week 18, I haven't done a good job of this in the last 2 years of actually really just diving headfirst into incentive week for Week 17 and Week 18. But Sal Betts really broke this down at SalBetts_ on Twitter. Really broke this down for everybody. Week 18 player incentives. He's got a list of some guys here that we're just going to briefly touch on. Tony Pollard needs 83 rushing yards to earn a $250,000 bonus. He also needs 2 rushing touchdowns for another $250K bonus. He will face the Texans' number 22 ranked run defense, and Tajay Spears is out. So there's a number one. He has that as his number one guy to pay attention to in Week 18.
I think he plays.
I think he plays too. He's right now questionable.
Yeah, I think he's limited in practice so he can make sure he can go for his bonuses, my prediction.
Number 2, Baker Mayfield to finish top 10 in yards per attempt for 500,000. He currently ranks 8th in yards per attempt, faces the Saints' bottom 10 secondary, and he had 325 yards versus the Saints in Week 6. This basically will wrap up the NFC South for the Bucs with a win against the Saints. They will shut the Falcons down. So, big game. Everyone's going to be playing, and Baker's going to ball out because they win this game. They clinch the division. Number 3, Cortland Sutton needs 82 yards to earn $500,000, and he has hit this number in 4 games this year. He'll face the Chiefs, who are resting the starters. That's the Carson Wentz game. Broncos also need to win this game to solidify and clinch their playoff spot. That will kick out the Bengals and the Dolphins from doing that as well. Number 4, J.K. Dobbins, 58 rushing yards for 150K. He had 135 earlier this year versus the Raiders. He will face the Raiders' 28th ranked tackling defense.
I like that spot for him a lot.
I like this one. This is my number. This is out of 2 here. That's number 3 for me, J.K. Dobbins. Or Cortland Sutton's number 3 for me. Number 2 is right here. This is number 5 on Sal Betts' list. That's Geno Smith. He needs 186 passing yards for $2 million. Seahawks win, and he earns another $2 million. So he gets 186 yards and a win. He's got $4 million. He had 363 yards earlier this year against the Rams. Last game of the season, Rams already locked up that division.
Random side quest. Where does he rank in the NFC West quarterbacks? Stafford, Kyler, and Brock.
Is it crazy to put Stafford 1?
No, he's 1. He's 1.
Right, okay.
Easy peasy.
I'm going Geno 2.
Yeah, like that's where I was like, do you put him like, yeah, like
I'm basing it off this year because it's a down year for Brock.
That's
okay,
what
hold
I'm
on.
saying.
Like, it's a down year for Brock.
Yeah, like, yeah. I'm
but
not
then
gonna.
Do you disrespect the shit out of Brock or do you disrespect the shit out of Kyler? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who would you put for? I feel like I want to respect Kyler, but like people are hating the hell.
People are hating
the hell out of this man.
I still would rather have Kyler than Brock. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Brock
know.
with CMC was different though.
I know.
I can't like, and people want to be like, well, you guys see how a quarterback does without his weapon. Do you? Not everybody Josh Allen and Lamar, bro. Like, do you have
Fair
to see
point.
without their weapon? I just want to see what you was going to say about that. Because Geno, he's been quietly having at least one of the more consistent runs out of the West quarterbacks.
I've seen some things on social media, Giants Twitter especially, talking about if you don't land a quarterback, maybe go try and get a veteran out of Geno Smith and look towards next year.
Fuck me, bro.
I'm like, all right, guys, chill out.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I thought about it too. Sam Darnold was Brock Purdy's backup at a point.
Yes, he was.
Are the Niners better with Darnold than Purdy? Does Darnold do this
I
in
don't
San
know.
Fran? Just an interesting thought.
Very interesting thought.
Bro, and Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold were on the Panthers, by the way.
Crazy.
Like, shout out to my guys.
Thought they were
man.
both dead.
Shout out to my guys, man.
Way to bounce back. Number 6 on Sal Betts' list, and this is my number 1 for Week 18.
Yeah, gotta get it done.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it. So are we. Needs 5 catches and 85 yards for a $3 million bonus, and he faces the Saints' bottom 10 secondary. Again, what's more important on this list, too, is getting to that 1,000-yard mark. That will be 10 years in a row. Jerry Rice at 11. And Baker Mayfield did say to the reporters that he feels that he's thinking about this more than Mike is.
Bro, who do you start that streak with? Jameis or like Mike Glennon or something? Yo, he's him, bro.
Just think about that. Why would you not put your money there when the quarterback is like, I'm thinking about this?
No, 100%.
So we just know it's going to be Baker, Mike,
100%.
Baker, Mike, snap the ball, Mike, snap the ball, Mike. Like,
100%.
And we need 85 yards. I'm taking all the props.
He a family man, too. You know he want that million to put
He
his
wants
kids.
it. It's just like, remember when Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Brady was with Gronk. Gronk needed one more catch to get his incentive. I think it was $1 million. And Brady was yelling at coaches, all the coaches and offensively, and was like, I'm not coming out of this game until he gets his catch. They literally just run a little quick slant. Here you go. Done. And then they pull
Thank
them both.
God that guy has a chip, bro. Actually.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Over to number 7 on the list of
Thank
Sal
God
Betts
that
here.
guy got a chip too, man.
Zach Ertz. He had 2 touchdowns last week. He needs 2 more for $250K.
Bro, I said it in the comments. Bro with the ticket legit might as well run it back. You could put Zach in there, back in there. You could put Mike
Tony
back in there. You could put Tony back. Like, he should legit run it back, bro. I swear he probably can hit again, bro.
9 catches also for $250K. Seems like a little bit of a stretch there. And also 90 yards for $250K. They got the Cowboys in Dallas. Number 8 on the list. Lastly, that Sal Betts has on here.
What a guy.
Is Marquez Valdez
fucking
Scantling. Needs 1 touchdown for $250,000. He faces the Bucs, who allow the second most wide receiver production. And again, the Bucs win that game. They do clinch the NFC South. So shout out to Sal Betts for that. That makes it very easy for us and many other bettors all over this community on the, I guess, the cheat sheets. I mean, think about it. When you think about it from a grand and broader perspective, it's like having the answers to the test before the test comes out. Like, they're right here in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to do with this information, with, I don't know what the rest of that
with what you will.
With what you will. Thank you. Like, I mean, this is
a couple guys. Like,
there's
I'm probably gonna take
Mike, absolutely.
Tony, if he plays.
Gino, 1,000. I mean, look at that. 186 yards and Seahawks win for $4 million. I'm like, if I'm Gino, I'm balling the fuck out.
Aren't they? And the Rams are resting. Jimmy Garoppolo is gonna play football on Sunday.
That is correct. Good point. So I did forget about that.
I gotta take Seahawks spread, bro.
I did forget about that. And then obviously Dobbins, I really like that. And you can't fade Baker when if you're gonna take Mike, you got to take Baker. I mean, come on. I wasn't even thinking about that until just now. All right, and then briefly just to touch on the playoff scenarios here. Again, this is different things. It's going to change throughout the weekend. The one thing to note that is concrete is that the Bucs will clinch with the win or a Falcons loss. They most likely are going to beat the Saints there and get the clinch there. The Falcons will clinch with their win against the Panthers and a Buccaneers loss. But the one that is going to be the most fun to watch is going to be the last game of the week, the last game of the season, and that's the Lions and the Vikings. The winner of that game is the number 1 seed in the NFC, and the loser is the 5th seed, and likely will visit the Bucs. Assuming the Bucs win.
That game, man. I kind of want to take Sam, bro.
I want the Lions because I want them to get that extra week with the bye week.
Oh, you trying to get that Motown magic?
Absolutely.
Is that your team in the playoffs?
I think so. I think I'm gonna ride the bandwagon.
That's fine.
Seems like those guys are having a lot of fun out there.
They are
fighting some adversity with.
They are
22 guys on the IR.
That's my thing. I think it might catch up to them.
But it will absolutely. But my point being, let's just give them that extra week.
Let's ride with it. Yeah, I don't. I want to take. I think I want to take the Vikings.
This game is at Ford Field, by the way.
Yep, massive, like fucking massive,
huge. And this is like, if I'm the Lions and I'm running out of the tunnel for this game, I look around at all these people here and I'm like, we have to win this game because this is what it's gonna fucking look like for the next month.
Yeah,
so,
bro.
Like that's just that's another like key, I guess, as we're on incentives to this is we get to see what it'll look like.
Yeah. I'll probably lean Vikes though.
I know. I mean, it's not the wrong play.
Go Sammy, bro. I think I'm on that bandwagon until it falls off.
The Broncos clinch a playoff berth with a win over the Carson Wentz Chiefs or Bengals and Dolphins loss.
I'm gonna be so tapped.
Are you rooting for number 11?
Kinda. I like how it's a weird thing with Carson. I love the play style. I don't love the departure. It's all good, though. I can separate that. You know what I mean? I'm just happy to watch C-Dub run around. I have a feeling in this spot, we haven't seen him in a little bit. Something tells me he might show his ass a little bit. They probably lose, but something tells me he might show his ass a little bit.
Bengals clinch a playoff berth.
This is the game of the week.
Which would be unbelievable.
This is the game of the week.
I
got this over the 1 seed game, which is crazy, but you know how I feel about both these teams.
For sure. Bengals have to beat the Steelers. This is Saturday night. And they will need a Dolphins loss in MetLife against the Jets, where Tua was reported today on ESPN likely out. And they will need that Broncos loss to the Carson Wentz Chiefs. It's not over yet for the Bengals. And a couple weeks ago, it might have been a month at this point, we did talk about on DraftKings at a plus 1,100.
Yeah, we did.
Bengals to make the playoffs.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
so
we did.
We weren't taking it there, but it was just something to note.
We did say if you want the best ride of your life for a Bengals fan.
Absolutely did. That was your quote.
The thing is, though, here with this game, I think I said it on the pod. Bro, the Steelers haven't covered. They haven't won a game in 3 weeks. They haven't covered a spread in 3 weeks. They haven't covered a teaser in 3 weeks. There was some noise coming out about people not following assignments. Not everybody was locked in on that Steelers defense. It's very hard for me to pick a dog in this race because I feel like it would just make so much sense for the Steelers to find a way to win this game. But is this game in Houday County? Is this out in Cincy? I think it's out in Cincy.
I think it is too. I should have known that.
I think it's in Cincy, man.
No, it's in Pittsburgh.
Ooh. Yeah, we're plus 2.5 at Heinz or wherever it's called. Isn't it called whatever the fuck it's called now? Not Heinz. Damn, I keep calling that shit Heinz, bro. Did I call Heinz for the fucking KC game too?
I don't think so.
Maybe that's probably the bad juju.
Acrisure.
Y'all got it, bro.
Go back to Heinz, damn it.
Still be Heinz.
Come on, Heinz, put the money up.
But yeah, I think it might be hard for me to fade Pittsburgh here. I think I might just tease Pittsburgh. I don't think I'm gonna take them on the original spread. I think I'll tease them to 8.5. If they don't cover a teaser in 4 weeks, then I'm in actual rat pitch out to book it with Trent. Damn, bruh. It probably is Joe and them. I think I'm gonna take the Steelers in the swamp. Plus, I think they would do this is another spot where I don't think they would love to do nothing but play spoiler. Did they win the first? Did the Steelers win the first matchup?
That was that.
That's key to me. That's really.
That
big.
was that. Oh, I remember that. That was that over. Remember, it was so many points.
Oh, yeah, Steelers won. Yeah.
44-38.
Revenge spot for the playoffs. I'm gonna just tease the Steelers up and hope for the best, bro. I think probably Joe and them might take this by a field goal. I think so.
I'm taking Bengals money line because I want to see Joe Burrow and this scary offense in the playoffs. Now, if they do get it, they're most likely going to Buffalo to play the Bills.
If I'm a Bills fan, I am salty.
Right.
Salty about that.
And the hard part is if they don't, if they win this game, but they don't have the other outcomes that they need to happen. Example, the Dolphins end up beating the Jets or the Broncos end up beating the Chiefs. The heartbreak that would be for the Bengals, looking back at the season and looking back at the couple of those games that just slipped through our fingertips, defense let us down, just one more or two more that could have swung back around and got in our way, and we would be competing with this high-level offense. T. Higgins most likely maybe moving on.
Yeah, I would.
It's just those couple of things that will hurt. And who doesn't want to see Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown in the playoffs?
Not if you're playing them. That's what I would say.
Right, absolutely.
If you're playing them, you're not trying
for us to get to watch it.
You're not trying to see the motherfuckers right now.
Lastly on there is the Chargers. They will clinch the 6th seed with the Steelers win over the Bengals. So something to note, if the Steelers do beat the Bengals on Saturday, that will lock in the Chargers. Chargers don't have to play anybody against the Raiders, so there's a Raiders money line piece right there for you.
You just sparked 2 ideas in my head. I saw a tweet. Shout out to bro. I forget your name. It was so many days ago that I saw this tweet. He said the Raiders should trade for Justin Fields somehow, some way, or sign. I forget what he said. Trade or sign for Justin Fields. Draft Cam Scatterboo, and then run some wild smash mouth heavy offense with Justin Fields, Scatterboo, and Brock Bowers as the highlights of that offense. The Raiders will be back with AP, Max Crosby on that defense. The Raiders is one of my teams I love. I would get behind that shit. And then a theory I thought about myself. I think I seen someone say this as well, but I just thought about this. So Brett Favre.
Oh, good name.
Played for the Jets. Played like shit. Ran him out of town. It was less off the field stuff than Rodgers, but the play wasn't there. The Rodgers play, you could say it was been there, but it hasn't been the Rodgers we need to see. He leaves New York, goes to a up and coming, pretty solid with some high caliber skill players in AP, Minnesota Vikings.
Still have his jersey in my room.
Goes there and goes the fuck off. Now, if I'm the Vikings players, fans, I'm doing whatever we can to bring back Sam Darnold. I seen Adam, I think it was Adam Schefter or someone made a reference that the Vikings just hit a royal flush with Sam Darnold. This shit ain't luck, bro. This shit is not. They're doing this in the hardest division in football. This shit is not luck, bro. But for some odd reason, that'd be crazy, bro. I think getting rid of Sammy D and bringing in Rodgers would be crazy.
Talking about packaging deals
if
now
you was going
for
through that,
JJ.
if you was going, I think that's what they should do. I think they should let JJ go shine somewhere else. I think they felt good about him, which if they're correct, and Kevin O'Connell knows his quarterbacks, obviously what he's doing.
Is this a comparison of Sam Darnold right now? Can we compare this to Baker Mayfield with the Rams?
Yes. Because
gets his chance there, then goes to Tampa, gets his money.
Yes.
Like this would be one of those things. Obviously, Darnold would most likely not be going anywhere, but like treated as got my chance to shine, shined. Now get my money, I'm staying.
Yes, I would. That's what I would love to see, because this shit is not by no accident, bro. And then I've been saying Sammy D's a baller, bro. I didn't know to this extent. I just knew he could help a team win a fucking football game easily. Definitely deserves his money, and I don't know what he's asking for, but I'll give it to him blank check. No cap.
I will also say that I faded the Vikings multiple times this season,
Absolutely.
called them fraudulent over and over and over and over and over again, and it is what it is.
Shout out to Brian Flores. Shout out to Van Ginkel. Shout out to Byron Murphy. A lot of other hoopers over there that I ain't naming. Shout out to them, bro. I don't know if I can keep fading y'all. I think I'm on the bandwagon until y'all play us. Actually, not. You know what? I'm a back y'all because I appreciate the sport, but it's still fuck Skull fans coming into Philly and doing all that bullshit on the Rocky shit.
Let him come back.
Cocky motherfuckers.
Okay, let him come back, because if
motherfuckers.
we can see that matchup, I will just continue to say it. This is going to be like 2017 Vikings all over. Wait till the Eagles see the Vikings. Wait till 35-7. You get pissed on. Your fans get embarrassed. They walk out, leaving the game early. It's going to be the same thing. We do this until kickoff, and then quickly down 14-0, 17-0, 21-3 at half. Goodbye, 35-7. 2017 all over again. I'm not even an Eagles fan saying that. I got a Giants pennant behind me. If the Vikings find a way with how seeding works to play the Eagles, they will get shit on.
They're going to be smelling themselves even more.
Standing on that shit.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, man.
Come on. I think anybody in the NFC, you don't want to play the Eagles right now, bro. We haven't even shown our full potential yet, I don't think. So, I think it's the Birds' year, man. If it's not us, I hope it's Lamar, man. Did you see Derrick Henry get the
plus 650?
You seen Derrick Henry get his Pro Bowl, John?
Yeah, he said, cool. He said, appreciate it, bro, bet.
That's
what he said.
Thorough shit. Bro, my number one takeaway from that video, did you see him walk in the door and out the door? Imagine having to tackle that motherfucker with pads on.
He's so wide,
dude. He fit, bro, the door frame. He fit the door. Bro, I don't know who that was, the GM or president or ops or whatever. He was hugging him like a like, good job, buddy. Like, I'm like, yo, DBs had to tackle that.
And Cooper DeJean did it.
Shout out to Coop, man. Shout out to Coop. But it wasn't, you know what I mean? I think it's a little different. Derrick Henry get the ball off tackle, had a steam.
For sure. When I'm running downhill at you.
Coop took advantage of his opportunity, which is what I'll say. And he made the most. I
would have stepped aside.
He made it. He had the opportunity. Derrick wasn't probably ready for that. That was good shit by Coop. I think if, remember the read options plays I was talking about? I think if Coop had to tackle him in that situation, it might be a little different. I love you, Coop, but I just seen that motherfucker walking in and out the door. That's a big motherfucker, man. But shout out to you, Coop, because that was, you one of them, bro, for that. If it's not us, I hope it's them, bro. Y'all will see me cheer so hard. Like, y'all might think I'm a Ravens fan. If we get knocked out early and they still in it, I might get me a, like, I'm going to be really on board, bro. If it's not us, it's got to be them, man.
We'll have to get into that topic
the bull
next week.
I mean, we're 7-1 again, which is wild, bro. So wild.
Yep.
Buy that.
Super Bowl odds.
You could do it. I'm not going to do it. Parlay the Eagles with, like, Ohio State or something. Shoo. Oregon already fucked my shit up. Told you I should.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Told you I should have went with Texas.
That's right.
Yeah. They fucked my shit up,
I still
bro.
think Ohio State's going to kill them.
18 to win a
We'll get into that.
Ohio State's them, bro. I hate saying it, but they really are them, bro.
The Big Ten National Championship is possibly on the horizon.
That'd be so crazy, bro.
More importantly, it's Week 18 incentive week, so make sure you're being smart about it. Do a little bit of research. Check some of the cheat sheets that are all over gambling Twitter, so you are putting your money in the smartest possible place. Good luck this weekend. This is the most fun week for making money this weekend, and a lot of things are on the line, especially the Bengals. I'm rooting for you, Joe Burrow. If you did watch this episode on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, comment, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Apple Podcasts and Spotify listeners, we appreciate the hell out of you. Drop those ratings at the bottom. We appreciate you guys. And have a great weekend. And please hit some bets. All-day bets. Alex Jacobs, Manny Ruffin. We will see you after a big cash weekend. Player incentive week 18 in the NFL.